and enjoy all these benefits. Now we'll get into the webinar. By mistake, it is 23rd, it is 22nd of September today. In fact, we had preponed it. I'm sorry for this. And it will be handled by Dr. Manoharan. Incidentally, our the chairman is here, Mr. Jaykumar. He will do the welcome address and introduce the speaker. Over to you, Jaykumar.
Thank you, Bala. I mean, it's like a continuous bullets, but it is very crisp and clear about IIM. I'm so proud about being part of IIM, Bala. You bring lots and lots of motivation on this lecture program as well as education part with all the group of people. I'm really very happy. So I'm very honored and humbled to welcome Dr. Manoharan. For today, our speaker to talk about the $1 trillion business, which is a very important aspect for India. Considering that we are planned to grow progressively till 2047, government is talking about reaching $11 trillion growth, which is something which is people still say impossible, but there are huge gaps and discussions still ongoing. What are the ways and means we can talk about it? So, which is a very important apt topic. I'm very happy Dr. Manoharan has accepted to talk about this topic to all of us. Supply chain professionals play an important role to add value for this growth engine when we talk about it. So, without a proper, efficient and effective supply chain, we'll be a total failure. So, sustaining it systematically and growing it systematically with supply chain professionals, every one of us contribute to that. I see already quite a lot of people already joined. So I'm happy to introduce Dr. Manoharan. He's a PhD in computer science. Your credentials are so highly qualified, Doctor. I'm really fascinated to look at this. I'm also feeling a little bit ashamed by looking at your credentials personally, believe me. So you did your PhD in management and then MCOM in functional consultant, Lean Six Sigma certified professional. This is one of those very important earlier stages when I started, and I tried to get the black belt, but believe me, it was something quite time consuming. I missed it. Microsoft certified professional. This is something which is also I really cherish. And with your 26 years of experience, I'm definitely sure with 15 years of teaching also, I'm definitely sure today the program will be very interesting. I'm happy to welcome you once again. And most important, what I see very clearly, 12 years of research and guiding in supply chain, especially our people are morning till evening more and more on working on supply chain. The research part completely missing. Which is something which is your inputs will be very valuable. And you also publish 77 publications. This is something phenomenally very good. I'm happy to really have you today for the session with all of us. Once again, welcome you, Doctor. I hand over to you. And before that, I also thank you for all the participants who have joined today, taking your time. I know 1 hour to today is important, especially on Friday evening, but you joined, and that is most important. Thank you, Dr. Manoharan, and I'm handing over to you, Bala and Dr. Manoharan.
Thank you, Jaykumar. Manoharan, give me a minute. I'll load your presentation.
Yeah.
Can you see the presentation?
Yes, sir. I'm seeing it, sir.
Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Mata, Pita, Guru, Devam. Thank you and kind of you for the good words, especially the people who already spoke about the program and about me also. Anyhow, next slide, sir. So this is a roadmap to $1 trillion business. Very simple. I have taken into objectives and at the end of presentations. So we all know already, certain things, we are revisiting it and we are retracking it to understand the concept of value, to revisit the value engineering management, to revisit the value analysis management, to understand the fugal engineering because of the value engineering and value analysis. And there is innovation is being found out in the engineering management to have an overall discussions and question and answers. At the end of the presentations, we are reissuing the concept of value. That's very important for our business. As rightly said out by the head, it's a very important the value. Retracking the industrial operation management, especially reassuring the positioning the product, understanding the fugal engineering, and finding out the fugal innovations. Ultimately, the concept of having this study is to enhance our supply chain management. See, when we talk about supply chain management, we are under the big umbrella. That's very important because supply chain management covers right from purchase to sales and everywhere. So earlier you used to say general manager production, you say general manager supply, general manager marketing. But when you say supply chain management, you are on the top of everything. And with the digital, you are certainly you are rest assured that you are sitting on your backbone. So because of this, this entire aspect is taken for supply chain management. Next slide, Mr. Balu. Next slide, please. Yeah. See, we are talking about the business. When you go for a business, manufacturers, we want to say value. At that value, who are all connected? Manufacturer, traders, service providers, staff, laborers, vendors, debtors, creditors, wholesalers, resellers, everybody. But here, the supply chain management comes for untapped potentials. In the pyramid, the last millions of people, consumers. That's why I made it in the red lines. The red lines are which I'm trying to explain it. The value goes into small categories like purchase price, manufacturing cost, selling price, value. What is value? What a company thinks it, as a product or service should be delivered to its customer as it is. That is called value. If anything detracted, if anything reduced, if anything not exactly what the company thinks it, then the value is not exactly the what company thinks it, rather the product it means for it. So that is exactly the value. It's not the pricing cost, it's not the selling cost, it's not the manufacturing cost. Next slide. So a small slide for the concept of explaining the contribution of the product cost. See, 73% of the material cost. See, this figures you forgot about it. The concept is less than 50% material cost in the pie chart of 100 rupees spent for making a product only will survive. Those companies only will survive in the world. Slowly, otherwise more than 50%. This is actually a textile industries. That's why the textile industry is running into this. Next slide, sir. This is a distribution cost. See, this is over the profit. Once again, manufacturing cost plus any other logistics and the subcontracting business overhead and profit. So this becomes here again. You have to ensure it. You are less than 50%. If that is ensured, your product is in the market. Especially for the price. We are not talking about the value. We are talking about the price first. Next slide. Now, once you say 50%, less than the 50% inventory, we are happy. If it is more than the 50%, again 35% of the inventory carrying cost is taken into. We are all, since we are material management people, and in order to talk about more about what is in inventory holding cost, because if we have 10,000 rupees, 3,500 rupees is taken for inventory carrying cost. So that every year you have to replenish it. So it's very, very dangerous to hold a big inventory. Next slide, sir. Now I have taken a real estate business. Earlier it was a bit more because of this pie chart shows. Now, because of the Maiwan technology, we know that it is suitable for the large number of houses, especially in Bangalore. We are seeing it plenty. A short period of time of room-sized frames, or forms, it constructed into a wall and slabs. One constant pour of concrete. That's an example. It's being shown it here in the example. So that because nowadays you're seeing it. That is after the COVID, because of this particular technology, you can see it. When you go to the field, you'll understand. We'll all understand it. It is regenerated because of this. The selling has prices have reduced, but selling has gone up. But they are not reducing the prices. That's a different story. But the cost of the material is really reduced, less than 50%. Once again, our this value has come back for the cheapest and sustainable purpose. So it has grown up. Now we are revisiting the value engineering manager. So now we slowly understood what is value. So once we understood the value, we're trying to understand the value, how the product is produced, how the value is produced. Here we are, in the normally here is an input. We have got 13 management, 13 M's, 10 M's, and goes that particular input goes into the production, productivity, risk control, cost reductions technology, and the management functions, planning, organizing, staffing, directing, coordinating, reporting, and budgeting. And the output will be an efficient or an effective output, either a product or service. This all we know. But here, one particular thing is missing: involvement. Even the Peter Drucker and the Philip Kotler is not mentioned this. 72 pages is given the explanation of the management, but the involvement is not there. So this is what we exactly our Indian rather, even a bit of a bite will not go if we will not involve in a particular one. So with these functions, we talk about the quality of the value or quality of the product. What is quality? Everybody has their own definitions. But for this, I'm just channelizing into any quality is perform, speed, performance. If your computer, it has to be performed good. It has to have a very good speed. It has to be user friendly. It should be easily accessible, and it should be available at any time, anywhere, anyhow. And it's ultimately, as an Indian philosophy, it should be cheaper. If that is not there, then your quality is not there. Mercedes-Benz quality is there, but again, the value is gone because the value is for a particular target of market. But we are talking about supply chain management. It will not work for them. So we have to be cheaper. It's cheaper methodology. So now we understood what is the quality of a product, and an efficient and effective product is produced. What is efficient and effective? So the example, sir, 1 minute, sir. Please back. So go back. So efficient means a student studying and getting 90% of mark and he has got a job from the college or institute, or he does not have a job. So, but he's a brilliant student. But the other student, he is an efficient student. There's another student who has got 60-70% marks required to get a pass mark, but he got a job. What he lacks it. Maybe an entrepreneur, he has got an effective IT industry or what. So he is an effective man. Same way of the product and service. So that's a basic difference, basic thread between the efficient and effective. Keeping this in mind, let us see how an efficient product is produced in the general flow. So next slide, sir. So this, don't worry about it. This is a flow chart. Like, we are not going into deeper into this because it's very complicated. It's true also. It's not complicated. It's very simple. But I put it in the descriptive form, sir. Next slide, sir. Next slide, sir. Yeah. So I call it as the same diagram, general flow of productions. I have taken it to this, identifying the demand of the customers, pre-purchase order, purchase systems, storage system, business systems, work in progress, semi-finished goods, finished goods, gate pass, delivery, challan, invoice, sales, marketing. So this is the general flow. So now we said, let me explain, because for refreshing it, I need to have the value to be brought. So if we are making an efficient product, the normal product, we get an order from a customer, and that is sales order converted into production order. Then from the production order,
Satish, can you mute him? Satish? Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so once this purchase order, the production order is broken into bill of materials. Bill of materials is material required to produce a product. So level-wise stocks will be there, right from the finished goods to raw material. We will match with it how much is required. Suppose we say 1 lakh bicycles to be produced. We need to have 2 lakhs wheels. We need to have 1 lakh handbars. We need to have 1 lakh seat or whatever it is. So that's called bill of materials, we all know. So from there, we have to rate the material requirement plan for the shortfall of the items. Level-wise stocks is matched with the production order, and we are bringing down the part specification list. So once this short material is available, finished goods is available, we'll sell it immediately. Otherwise, we will produce work order. If it is if we have to make it, job order, if it has to be made to the subcontractors or whatever it is, purchase order, if it is a raw material, you have to purchase it. So that's the stage. Now we come to the next stage. We have to purchase it. Purchase it, pre-purchase order. Okay, in the down below you see, pre-purchase order. We have to select the right vendor. Right vendor, normally we get it from the history of the record by the vendor rating procedures. because we have got a weighted average method. That's the best method we ever have. He has to work for the company. He has to give a loan. He has to be, attribute should be good, and his rejection rate should be, the hit ratio must be less. So with that, we'll select for that particular item from the bill of materials. Then we select the vendor, 5 vendors. Then we'll make the quotations, best 5. Then we get the specifications, then compare it. We make the rate comparison chart, prepare the standard format, and selecting the best by the weighted average method. And we have got a steering committee to select it also, and preparing a draft purchase order. And then we get the order commitment statement, because we will prepare it either for a single delivery or a staggered delivery. The financial manager has to support that. So naturally, we need to use finance also. So you must get order commitment statement from the finance controller, and then ultimately purchase order is made, MD signed. And here, very important, purchase order acceptance. See, most of the companies, they do not follow, or they do follow. See, what happens, we take this many steps and send the purchase order, but the company, is not confirming it. We take it granted that this material will come. He has to accept it for all these conditions on particular date and particular time, where, when, and what quantity, what price, what place, everything, He has to confirm it. Yes, sir, I will supply it. Anyhow, that part is missing it slowly. And then ultimately we have amended. Amendment also has to be done if anything is there. Then blanket order, we know, is a bulk order. Special order, we know, under one umbrella, everything is being supplied. And this all, small words, we all know that. From the pre-purchase orders, once it is made, then we purchase system, how will you select the vendors, right? The 10 hours, it's all, small words, that's all. Right quality, quantity, materials, right price, right time, right place, right source, right transport, right attitude. This attitude is very important. We have to make SWOT analysis for every vendor, sir. What is SWOT analysis? Very simple. Strengthening the strength, weakening the weakness, and looking at the opportunity and threat. Strengthening the strength, weakening the weakness, and looking into the opportunities and threat, even in the supply chain management. That's what I'm coming to. So this and intelligence has to be there. Then once we receive the materials against the purchase order, we store it. Well, store it, it's a simple concept. Level-wise minimum stock, maximum stock, reorder quantity, average consumption analysis, lead time analysis between two incidents, we call lead time analysis, buffer stock, stable stock, EOQ, economic order quantity, material handler systems, selective inventory control, ABC, goals, government ordinary and always best control, government ordinary, local foreign, fast-moving, slow-moving items, so seasonal, off-seasonal items, vital, essential, desirable, XYZ analysis for the stock purpose, unmoved analysis, and so on, so on. So now we go to the next slide, sir. Once the storage system is there, we go for the issue systems. Issue systems, we budgeted it for the standard items, standard consumption, non-standard consumptions, and ad hoc consumptions, non-scheduled consumptions. Then we go for valuations, FIFO, LIFO, HIFO, NIFO. So this FIFO, when we follow, your stock will be at the current rate. When you follow LIFO, your product cost will be at the market price. So this is a very, very big difference. We cannot change it in between. We have to get the permission from the shareholders. So this all we have to take into account while producing an effective product. And the HIFO, highest in first hope, next in first hope. And simple average method, running moving method, this standard method, place of distributions, budget versus actual. And when you budget it, you actually is being compared, and the analysis, variance analysis being done. For the top 5 variances, we take the actions. Either we correct the budget or we reduce it. Issues consumption. So some of it is based on the bill of materials. We do this. Then here, work in progress, work order release is completed. Job order what we have released is completed. Purchase order we have purchased it. Then for the product mix and whatnot, we follow these techniques: linear programming, CPM, PET, machine productivity index, IT time analysis, packaging and packing. So this packaging is cost of the material. Packing is overhead. Very important. Packaging is cylinder, with the gas. The cylinder is a packaging item. A packing item is different. Packing items go with the overhead, but the packaging is when we cut the cylinder, putting a pipe, bye-bye to cylinders. So it's a very important concept. That's why I brought into this particular category. Then sales marketing, all these rights are, we all know, right to quantity, right quantity, condition, place, customers, price, inbound. This is our breathing, sir. Inbound transportations and outbound transportation. Now, having produced an efficient product or service, let us move to an effective product. Next slide, sir. So it's again, sir, here, this part we have seen it, input part. Environment we understood. Now we are going for production, productivity, waste control, and cost reductions. If you follow this 5 thread generally, There's a retracing the value in your output will be an effective processor. This, of course, leaving alone the management functions. This planning, organization, staffing, directing, coordinating, using as a model. Now, let us see one by one, sir. What is production? Sir, please. Next slide, sir. Production, sir, there's a lot of things. Don't worry about all this. This is why I have put it, I should not miss it anything. If anybody asks any clarification, I must be able to tell them. That's the reason I put it. But here we are concentrating on mass productions. See, we are not concentrating, we are talking about single productions. We are normally, even a small petty shop guy will keep 10 petty shop when he opens it. When he is small pan palwala, he's a dabawala, he used to sell 10,000 dabba per day, meals wala. So like that, there's mass productions. Put one, get output one. Put two, get output 2. Put 3, get output 3. Put 100, get 100. Put 1 lakh, get 1 lakh. This is production by any method. We will see how whatever the methods we can increase it. And whereas we go to the productivity, we put 1 and we get 1.5 or 1.2. We get 3, we put 3, we get 5, 6. We put 10, we may be getting 20, 25. So this is actually efficiency. So this production, this is the technique. This is normally in the Pareto 80-20, focusing on the top 20 tasks that have 80% of the impact of the in the UN productions. So that we have to call, and the time blocking. This is a very important 2 concept which I am trying to explain it. Let's go to the next slides. So we understood what is production, what is productivity, regular production, and with an efficiency of productivity, waste control. So while we're producing it, we have got a production going good, and we have productivity is also good. And what is left? Your waste has to be controlled. This is very important. Excess inventory, fast moving, slow moving item, unmoved item analysis. How to see when you find an unmoved item analysis, first you must stop for producing orders. So our computer has to reject. We are talking about disciplinary. Computer has to reject. No, gentlemen, this order is already available. Then where is to move? It has to go to our sister concern or brother's concern, somewhere else, branch. Or it has to go to somebody, some supplier who supply materials to us through job order. We can sell it for equal rate. Or we go for other companies to sell. Or we'll put the tenders. Something like that. It has to be disposed of because it carries inventory carrying cost. So waste control. And in the design, we have got a waste control. And that we will see an example on that. So here, while doing the waste control, we have to remember refuse, the need, refuse, assess, reduce, reuse, refill, repair, regift, recycle, and repeat. So this is the mantra for your waste control. Now the cost control. See, once production is completed, the productivity is good, waste also is being controlled. Then what else? But cost control is a fixed overhead. We all know. See, if any company, even in the home, if you want to buy a grocery 10,000 rupees, it is always to be there because we need to get a non-stopping food for 3 days, 3 times in a day. So even suppose if I have, in the Whitefield, Hoskota Road, there is a mall, Star Bazaar. In top of it, you have a flat, your Tata Star Bazaar. In top of it, you have a flat. What happens, every day morning, you just come and buy and go. So you don't have to go for a maximum stock, minimum stock. Your inventory 10,000 rupees reduced and 3,500 inventory carrying cost also reduced. It's an example, typical hypothetical example I'm saying it. And you can say even your order you will get it. But again, I'm saying it. It's all there. Its facilities are there. Then the cost is being reduced. Then ultimately, next slide, sir. Cost reductions. We go for the cost reductions. Yes, sir. Next slide, sir. See, the waste control, I worked in the industry, roll-on chain industry in LGB Coimbatore, in the 2-inch of plate. Earlier, we used to make 6 plates for timing industrial timing chains. But when the new engineer come, he redesigned it in such a way, the same in the 2 inches of that, he produced 8 plates. So you look at this. So 2 plates are more in the 2 inches. And this is credit goes to the production engineer who designed and he improved the die design. Next slide, sir. And cost reductions, sir. When you say cost reductions, so many things: contribution analysis, job evaluations, material control, market research, financial control, cost benefit analysis, labor orders. Plenty of things are there. So if you started working in each of this, we required 1 month seminar, 1 month workshop, sir. That's a very interesting thing. We all know that. But I would like to say what is JIT, what is zero-based budgeting. The JIT is, as I told you, the central cause, the companies in Indian car companies nowadays, they found it, because they have got more than 60,000 spares are required to produce a car generally. And that's what you're seeing it. But they are not holding the cost. Because if they keep minimum stock and max stock in the bin, the inventory carrying cost and one, naturally they cannot compete in the market because of the fixed overhead. So every car they produce, they have to really produce the car in such a way that the fixed overhead is reduced. But even for one car, they must get the profit. So what they do nowadays is doing it. They allowing some 10 by 10 stockyard in their place. All vendors who are bearing vendors and let's say cutting tooling, because you have to go to VDI India Limited, Timkur Road, and abrasives, fasteners, all guys were coming and staying over there. And whatever the materials required, every day morning they give it. So they give the schedule as per the bill of materials, they deliver it. So always they have the zero stock. Even why your sugar industry, 31st March, they have zero stock, because they cannot keep the sugarcane in the staying over there. So that is actually the baby or Jetson time. That is why the Santa Cruz and whatnot, they're selling it 12, exporting in 12 countries, more than that and what. They're, okay, fine. They're the car company also. So this is actually cost reduction. Slowly we are controlling the cost and reducing it. So we have seen the production, we have seen the productivity, we have seen the waste control, we have understood what is overhead of the cost control, and we are seeing what exactly required for a cost reductions. So keeping this thread, having the flow of the production. Next slide, sir. Sir, please. Next slide. Having produced an effective product of the service, let us the product produced to customers' target market. Let us position the target market. Next slide, sir. So now we have produced an effective product, sir. This effective product comes from this production, productivity, waste control, cost control, all these inputs, including the involvement and having the management functions, understand all the techniques of how to reduce it, any of the method is suitable for us to produce the output. So we get an effective product. That's let's say a student gets his own job, as he likes it, like a consumer who likes it, that particular item in that fashion, and that leads to the content of the information technology, sir. So up to that we have produced. Now the question of selling it, how you position the product, that again the analysis. See, what is engineering, sir? We all know continuous and constant development. Engineering is engineering and constant development for a particular domain. So that is generally we understand is an engineering. A lot of discussions are there. For this particular purpose, we will understand this. Continuous and constant development. So once you continuously and constantly produce that particular domain of product, which is an efficient and effective product, which we bring it to positioning and understanding the value. How this value is, the value means what? Asking questions. Value analysis, asking questions. If, what, when, that. Questions are analysis means asking questions. Very simple. So continuous, constant, developed, produced product while positioning, we are asking the questions. Either this, how it will go into the next man, next state, or next country, or even the next planet. But we don't know. So there we ask the question. That is called analysis. Now we go to that. Here it's got 5 dominant trends are there, sir. One is content, interoperability, disintermediations, globalization, and convergence. So what is content, sir? The content we will see. Interoperability means what we have produced with the value, it has to go 100% as it is, because we don't want to miss it. That is called interoperability, 100% exchange. Here, disintermediations, known delays are avoided. Already any delay is there. That's to be avoided. Otherwise, it's like when you go for a temple, it is between the pujari and the guard. The pujari always standing it. He's half the time is reducing your lead time to see the cards. So sometimes it's so happening. It's a disintermediate. I'm just saying it example. Let's not go into deeper than that. So that is actually selling also. We'll see that what is happening. And globalization, cutting across all the barriers. And finally, while cutting across all the barriers, we know what is to be done further to go further. So next slide, sir, please. Sir, as I told you, the content, it is an efficient product. Now I am calling it an efficient product. I'm not calling it an effective product. Because
Satish, can you mute that person? Satish, can you mute him? Yeah, go ahead. No.
Can I go, sir?
ನಮ್ದಿನ ನಡೀತಿದ್ಯಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ, ನಮ್ದಿರುತ್ತೆ.
Okay, then there is content. I'm calling is once again efficient.
Okay.
Because every Saturday,
Okay.
we have to feel our money is zero, our knowledge is zero. Then only we will be very happy to learn from Monday. So that is what I'm saying. It whatever the product is produced, I have to really analysis how I should sell it. So now the content is USP content, and it's a lot of things: identifying the target audiences, establishing the unique selling proposition USP, and differentiating between the brand and competition. We know brand. The brand is a big study. Alignment, fit, a lot of things are strategies. Then brand personality, creating recognition brand.
ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಅವ್ರು ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು? ಇಲ್ಲ, ಹೆಸ್ ಗಾನ್ ಔಟ್ ಇದಾರ ನೋಡಿ. ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ ಫೈನ್. ಗೋ ಅಹೆಡ್. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಹಸ್ ಗಾನ್ ಮ್ಯೂಟ್. Manohar.
I need the slides.
Yeah. Fine. Correct slide,
fine.
right? Fine.
Fine.
Okay.
So from the content, once the content is ready, now it has to go to other people. Now we go to the interoperability. We move to the next slide, sir, please. See, this interoperability means 100% exchange. See, simple examples. I'll tell you examples rather than really going. We all know when we read it and what is what. See, the example of interoperability, we are seeing a TV in home with a beloved son or a daughter, or Priya, wife, or respected mother and father. Anybody will see a movie or anything, maybe so or a sports. Some common interest when it's come. We immediately either we nod the head, we see each other's, our eyes grows on hemisphere of the eyes of radius of really bigger than anything else, or we just nod it, or finally we'll have a smile or even sometimes laugh, because those who have the truth, they laugh. It means what? Your brain, your eye is the extension of your brain. So once you look into each eyes, you smile. So this is exactly between the consumers and the producers. So once this is there, if exactly what the value when we intended to be produced in the effective product, it has to reach to the other customers in that fashion. If it is reached, then your interoperability is 100% exchange. Because you've got a lot of other things: role dynamics, power dynamics, cultural dynamics, organizational dynamics, country, exchange of money, lot of other things. It's all changing the value of the product. So we have to be very careful in the interoperability, and even for the computer also. ODBC connectivity reduces the speed, 4G, 3G reduces speed, 5G only takes to that. It's all interoperability. 5G is only now today saying that 100% is taking over. So it has to be, because we transport our material, which are all the way: road, rail, air, sea, cable, pipeline, all has to go 100% as it is. So unless if anything restriction is there, then the value is reduced. We are talking about the value. So interoperability is another form and dominant. Next slide, sir, please. Disintermediation. No delays are to be avoided. And very simple. Traditionally, producer, wholesaler, retailer, consumer. Partially traditional, then producer, wholesaler, cut, retailer, and consumer. Then disintermediate supply chain. Producer and consumer. When we talk about suppliers, we should always talk about producer and consumer only. Consumer is different, customer is different. Of course, we all know. So this has been this is an inevitable part of our chain, sir. Very important, sir. How do you do all these things? Yeah, that is where the tools are available. Machine learning, AI, ChatGPT with NLP, natural language processing. A lot of other things are there. This is all the prominent one. I'm then showing to this, sir. Sir, previous slide, sir, please.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, sir. So this ChatGPT, artificial intelligence, I must tell you here, what is artificial intelligence, sir? Asking questions, because we are in the analysis part. Asking questions, top to bottom. Top is asking the bottom. Backward tracking. Bottom to top. Forward tracking. Knowledge, backward tracking. Knowledge, forward tracking. Scaling by the CPM, but all these things. And then drill down approach, iterative approach, waterfall approach. See, there's a lot of approaches out there. It's all being done through ChatGPT. When you give it, in the ChatGPT 4, of course, I have not used it. 3, I have used it. ChatGPT 4, you have to pay $20 per month. When you use it, you get very simply linear programming. You give the formulations, mathematics for manager, not mathematics for mathematician, mathematics, manager mathematics. You formulate the equations and give the mix. It gives the results. Finding out the slack variables and constraints and zeroizing the slack variable, you put the pivot element and gives the results combination of what is the mix has to be produced to minimize the cost and what is the mix has to be produced to maximize the profit. So this ChatGPT does that. For supply chain is very important. It is equivalent to 100 man, or maybe more than that. I don't know. I'm not exaggerating it, but when you operate it, you will really see. And you all certainly have to go into this. So next slide, sir. Here is again globalization. Globalization cutting across all the barriers, sir. Simple example. A lot of drivers and all. These drivers are very important, sir. Drivers are this type of globalization, technical and function, financial, geographical globalization, because everybody knows. Because even in the Arabian countries, Bible is not allowed. And in UK-like countries, Quran is not allowed. But now it is not like that. Through computer, through internet, through cable, everything goes everywhere. And even the man goes, man is already globalized. People are not understanding it. Globalization, the real example is the man. Wherever he goes, he eats whatever it is. He sleeps wherever it is. He accommodating it and he resizing it. So he is actually, man is the first globalized guy. And the example of the product is telephone, internet, healthcare, healthcare system. Telephone, we know. Once you speak, you don't know how many miles away from he is. Next door, or next state, or next planet. We don't know that. Internet also, healthcare also, music also. The music is actually, the etymology of music is multi-universal symbolic instructions code. So multi-universal symbolic instructions code. So even your aliens will understand. That's what you are seeing in the fiction films. So this is exactly the globalization concept. In this, the drivers is a very important, sir. There until we have to very be careful. We are talking about dynamics. Role dynamics, power dynamics, group dynamics, organizational cultural dynamics. So this is a multinational management concept, sir. We are talking about the principles of management. But when we talk about multinational management, so we know international means one country plus one country. Two countries means international management. Multinational means one country more than two countries. 1 plus 2 is multinational company. 1 plus 1 is international company. So this is a multinational company dynamics. Dynamics means what? Forgetting about the past, not worrying about the future, understanding the present and controlling the present is dynamics. Very simple. So when you have this, you know what is today required for this particular people after COVID in this particular time. And that is why we are able to produce the COVID and whatever the medicines, what the government did it in the particular time, sir. That is actually the dynamics. So this is actually the globalization concept of individual, sir. Next, sir, we go to the next slide, sir. Then finally, the convergence, sir. So we have seen content, interoperability, 100% exchange, disintermediation, known delays are avoided, globalization, cutting across all the barriers, and to IT technology and operation technology both together. And we are seeing the intersection area. This area has to be more, sir. Slowly, it has to be more. It has to be completely polarized into this. And that is why the India is very good in IT. Now we are making India also has come. So we are slowly this intersection area in Indian level is becoming more, sir, anticipating and solving a production and a supply chain issues, sir. That's an advantage of this convergence. The disadvantage also is there because a lot of our technology is required, bandwidth is required, and that is required. The challenge is connectivity and data collections, cloud integration complications, and the scaling updating. The scaling, sir, see, sir, this is actually example again, Amazon, telephone, internet, healthcare, ebook, online radios. These are all the examples of that. And yeah, we go to the next slide, sir. So having got, sir, to industrial management and value management, value engineering and value analysis, we are clubbing links together. Doing an input with all functions, having the technology, production, productivity, waste control, and cost control, and producing an effective output, or maybe an efficient also, we don't know, unless goes to the content. It goes and marketing into understanding the concept of interoperability, 100% exchange. It goes allow the, avoid the known delays. Then it globalized because of this culture and whatnot, because of this interoperability and other. Anywhere it was joined to the convergence, any area. So if it is not moving it 100%, immediately has to come back to and go to the content, and here from there it has to go to here. So assuming that it has gone one full cycle and the convergence has taken place, and then it goes to the once again input with the corrected input. It encourages the mindset of doing people with less and finding creative ways to overcome the limitations. That's very important, sir. It encourages a mindset of doing more with less because of this cycle, sir. Yes, and finding creative to overcome the limitations. Sir, once again, sir, please. Sir, please. I'm sorry, sir. Here I have to tell you verticals and horizontal and vectors of scala, sir. Vertical means, sir, producing the product in a better way. Vector means selling the product. So vertical to scale, when you go, the scale in variance is very important. We'll keep that in mind and go, sir. Next slide. Now, sir, this is actually frugal innovations. After this value engineering, value management, the frugal innovations bringing, I have my own example, bringing the speech technology in producing the product and positioning the product and coming back and using the speech technology, sir. In fact, my computer PhD, the first PhD is computer management, sir. And that is actually speech technology, speech user applications. So we have to clear the speech from the noise and get the instructions and innovate from the domain sample. The domain samples, it is actually language independent, speaker independent, and domain specific for this particular industry. And then it goes to the information technology and comes back. So because of the speech technology, reduces the entire waste, because you need not have to write the program, you need not have to go for waste, like a mouse, keyboard, and even the small keyboards which we are not able to touch with our own fingers. All e-waste, all has been 60 to 80% is reduced, and to clear the some noise, I have found out a formula. I have written a formula which is again a fast Fourier transformation, using a fast Fourier transformations, using the drill factor and producing a DSP. It does the decimation process and making the square wave to sine wave. It is clearing the 90% of the dust noises. So that is what I have been published in the journal. I have been allocated to journal, PhD, sir. Now, once that is over, then I will come for the implementation. That particular voice is being implemented in the call center. This picture is for the call center, sir. Call center people are interacting with voice and they're taking notes. And because of the voice, see, words are like empty vessels. Meanings are poured into that. That's what people are saying. Words are like empty vessels. Meanings are poured into that. That's what's happening everywhere. We are seeing it. So because of the words, you have to be very careful. So the domain specific samples, so it is going there because they are asking it and once again typing it is a mistake. So the speech directly goes in the call center and produces the output through the call center. The unattended, there is no manpower. So ultimately, the product is 60 to 70% efficiency is proved. So that I got in my PhD management using in Coimbatore industry. I got it, sir. So here I have found this is the audience access, asset, access, attributions, automations in the 5 mantras between the customer and customer experience. Improved business performance is required. This is I taken an example for the frugal innovations. It's not exactly frugal innovation. Frugal, the concept, one of the concepts, millions of concepts is there. So this one, the speech user application is one of the frugal innovations concept. Next slide, sir. Now, when you go for frugal in the conversation, now we are concentrating the target marketing, sir. Target marketing, look at this, sir. Base of the pyramid. Here is very important, sir. The 40 millions of people, 4,000 millions of people, because we have got 7,000 millions of people in the world today, maybe a small little bit more in there. But this basic pyramid, which is the poor people, normal people, who is worried about pulling life, they are in the basic. See, this market is not touched. That's what I said, untapped market. It's niche marketing. And the second tier is 2,000, first 8,000. This is GDP growth. You see the GDP growth for there and here and here, sir. This is, but People work for the GDP. Country working for the GDP is never going to get success, sir. There's no doubt. Unless they work, they concentrate on this marketing strategy. We go to the next one, sir. So our idea is to capture the base pyramid people. Now, while using computer, we have got access like this much. And while using web, we have got the access like this. And when we use the speech, see the vertically, horizontally, we are less because of the power law. And horizontally, we are more, vertically, we are less. So we were using the speech. So this is the accessibility and the user friendliness. This is the quality, sir. When you use the global access in the internet using the speech user application. We go to the next one, sir. Sir, we are talking about frugal innovations and we are talking about the teamwork also, because human effect is a very, very important, sir. The human has the inclinations towards the finding out the new things, which is touching which is capturing the market from the base pyramid, sir. For which basically vertically we do the reverse engineering. Reverse engineering is and re-engineering. Reverse engineering, we strip off the product and we reassemble it. We reduce the cost. This is actually reverse engineering. Generally, we strip off the product, either the car or computer or whatever. We again reassemble it in such a way that the performance and everything a bit changed and we reduce the cost. This is reverse engineering. But the re-engineering is different. We strip off a computer, we rejoin it, but thereby we put fax into that, we put multimedia into that, we get internet into that. So this is re-engineering. The re-engineering concept, like a car, automatic. We strip off the car and redesign it. So automated gas systems, it's a re-engineering concept. So we are all here, sir, 5 by 5, middle of the road. So this is the production and this is the service, sir. I have taken two examples. So in this reverse engineering, we are all 5 by 5, but we have to be very careful 9 by 5 only by teamwork, sir. Unless we have a team with the team spirit who has got to the supply chain management, and this will work for them to bring them to the supply chain management to the ISO 9000 level, crisis rating. 9 by 9 is right. ISO 9000, crisis rating, your SEBI, whatever the standards we are setting it to international level, sir. Go to the next slide, sir. Sir, please. Now, let me read this, sir. You have to bear with me. It takes 2 minutes to read, 3, 4 slides. Low cost, frugal innovation means low cost product, low cost new product, methods and design, the bottom of the pyramid. That is what we have to be captured. Next slide, sir. Therefore, largely ignore the sheer size of the populations. See, on the bottom of the pyramid, we missed it. We are not worried. We are not making product for the bottom of the pyramid. No one is doing it. Where is the product? Even in the cloth, where is the product? NTC was only doing it. Raymond is not doing it. Vimal is not doing it. Gwalior is not doing it. So we have totally forgotten the people in the low pyramid, sir. And this is untapped market. And there we have to find out how to reach it. And that is exactly, therefore, the largely share of the people are valuable by the population. Next slide, sir. Due to related to their poverty, sir, the man is pushed, he reacts. Even for a small rat, if you started hitting it, it will run. Finally, when you go to the corner, it is pushed into the corner, it reacts. It suddenly turns and jumps. You are maybe a 6-foot Tipu Sultan, you are suddenly worried. Oh, because that is what happened for these guys. So they have become entrepreneurial orientations. They started thinking their own strategies of making their products, small products. And that is innovation products that we are going to see, sir. What are the products they have made it? And tend to be a driver frugal innovation, sir. This is a driver. Because the pyramid, they want to think themselves because no one is helping them. Neither the politicians, nor the aristocrats, nor the business people, not even the common people. They are not helping them. So practically it is inexpensive and suitable. This they are making themselves. Next slide, sir. Now, because of that, the sector has potential to drive not only a sustainable product innovations, but also a method and services. Practically, it is, of course, it's a very less cost and attractive. We go to the next slide, sir. And finally, thinking rational and problem-solving capability. Sir, this is very important, sir. He solves the problem of himself. Problem-solving technique, scientifically, he does it. Even problem-solving technique, an ice selling man does it, sir. selling man takes this bag and this dabba before he goes, oh, there is a rain. No, we should not take 2 dabba. We should take 1 dabba. Problem solving. He's solving it. Mother solving the problem. 30 days, 30 liters is consumed rice. 28th, it takes 1 day to come. So in 39th day, she order it. So lead time is 1 day. Average consumption is 1 liter. It comes and fills the market. If your bin level goes to the maximum, you always maintain that. So this is a thinking capacity of problem solving technique. Everywhere it is available. Even ourselves available. We will not keep problems more than 1 day, 2 days. We immediately solve it. So, and the life resources, of course, people, largest populations seen both potential market and resources. Next slide, sir. And finally, when we say what is frugal innovations, it is serious drivers of growth. In short, it is a serious drivers of growth, sustainable, attractive. Simple. That's serious drivers of growth, sustainability, and attractive. And which one? For the larger market. And that is frugal innovation. Sir. Next slide, sir. And this is taken from the Oxford Review, sir. See, look at this, sir. A Salem-based college student, he developed a step motor which is controlling the rocket engine liquid and fuel oxidizers to mixture ratio in LVM3 machines in Chandrayaan. Normal students, sir. Salem student. Next slide, sir. This anorthosite soil, this soil has been taken from Nagarcoil, 50 tons of soil, which is a lunar surface, as good as lunar surface soil, because our lander and rover has to land over there and move over there. It has been taken 15 tons over Bangalore and it's been tested. They made the surface as if in the moon, lunar, then they tested it. The soil has been taken from there. Where I'm trying to say is, these resources are available in the different levels, sir. And look at the market is good. Now every country wants how we have gone, how we have landed it, how we have landed in the south part of the moon, or what is the technology you followed it. It's become a business. Maybe we are selling it or not. That's a different issue. So the next slide, sir. And these are all the companies, sir. They are supplied missions. Even the Bangalore companies are there. They are supplied parts to the Chandrayaan-3 mission, sir. And okay, of course, this is I've taken from the web only all these things, sir. Then this is 10 frugal innovations by Indians. Sir, please click this link, sir. Just slowly go down, sir. Yeah, please go down, sir. Please go down, sir. Sir, we are going to talk. Yes, sir. Stop it, sir. We are going to about the slowly upper side, slow upper side, sir. Switch pipe home, sir. She is a girl, sir. No, she is now Madam Parela Manasa Reddy, sir. She's from Telangana. So civil engineer. She has made the pipe, sewage pipes, water going pipe. That pipe is made it as a home, sir. Low cost home, poor can live, kitchen, bathroom, bedroom attached, solving the problem of the poor, sir. Plenty of people started using it. Next slide, sir. Next, please go down, sir. So it is sewage pipe. Please go down, sir. And here, sir, multi-harvest, sir. This guy is from Telangana, Deepak Reddy, sir. He has actually, he's in his land, lot of a stone and debris are there, sir. Difficult to remove it. So huge expenses he has to go. So what he has said, he has made a cost-effective multi-harvester, which even harvests his farm, sir. So that's a very important. He is using it, and even big machines has to come and dig it. It is taken out the stone and putting the potatoes and whatever it is inside, sir. It's a very important, interesting one, sir. Next, sir. Next slide, sir. Next, please go down, sir. Yeah, this is cubic bed, sir. See, AC. We only have AC, entire room need not to be AC. Our bed is AC. We are happy. Why should you have an entire AC? So that is what this Deepak Ravi Patel point out the cubic bed air conditions. His name is Ravi Patel. What happens, 13 kg weight, 400 watts, 3 light bulb consumptions, self-installed like fan. Fan, you can install it. 60 to 65% electricity is reduced. And nowadays it's really required, sir, because our electricity bills are very high. So we go to the next one, sir. And you see this, sir. This guy involvement. Look at this guy, sir. This guy, this MBBS bicycle, this Saidullah, Mohammed Saidullah, his name, sir. He's a Bihari native, sir. He likes his wife. His wife, he works in an area called Palagat, and his wife stays in Mahendraghat. So he has to move from Palagat to Mahendraghat. He cannot wait for his budget to come. So what he has designed a cycle which can run it in road and which can run it in water. So he did it, sir. Entrepreneurial innovations. Look at that, sir. Please go ahead, sir. He's named it as Noor, his wife's name. That bicycle, he's named it as Noor, sir. So next, please go down, sir. And this guy, sir, is you all know the MITI, the MITI cool. No electricity, cooler, sir. You can keep vegetable foods for quite a number of days, and it's very good. And he has produced in a conference, global business, Judge Business School, University of Cambridge, UK, and he is a prize winner, sir. Because no electricity, nothing. We can cool. It's made it from the clay, sir. So next, sir. Jaipur Food, sir. Sir, he's not an entrepreneur. He's not. He's an IAS, retired IAS officer. He met an accident. He's almost gone for a dog, dead. So what happens? His limb was all right, but so he need a food. He made it the food, and he is supplying all the army people. Yeah, morning itself, when one colonel was seeing this presentation, he is accepting it. Yes, sir, we are using this food, through him. So almost he is supplied to so many people, sir. It fast, effectiveness, less price, and case save lives also, sir. Very important. Next slide, sir. And 18 lakhs people he has sold it, sir. And voice box, sir. This voice box is the Dr. Vishal Rao. He is a Bangalore-based oncologist, voice prosthesist, sir. He priced it 50 rupees for a cancer patient who can able to talk and eat, sir, using this. Look at this life-saving potential, sir. He's waiting, approval from the scientific committee and the technical ethical committee, sir. Next, sir. Next, please go down, sir. We have 2-3 more. This bullet Satni, sir. He actually a poor guy, lost his bullock because of his poverty, and his bike he has made to plow it. So he's enjoying plowing by riding it, sir. True, because he's very poor, he's not afford to make expensive. So the fast effectiveness and is plugging as easy as driving it, sir. Now the next one, sir. And actually that's why he was from the Gujarat, sir. This Pandan is he's actually Rajat Jain, sir. He's a Dehradun native, sir. His friend has got a cardiac arrest. Because of that, because he is not able to know the abnormal activity of this heart, he made a ECG. And the ECG is a smaller matchbox size, which has got 3 electrodes, can be put into the 3 different points, and mobile can be connected to that, and you can easily see the ECG report, sir. Please go down, sir. And it's saying the life also, sir. Because and finally, sir, this guy is from Tamil Nadu, 22 years old, sir. He has made an auto rickshaw, sir, a solar rickshaw as a home, sir. And because of the encroachment problem in Madras and everywhere in metropolitan cities, and he consists of a toilet, foyer, terrace, living room space, everything is there, sir. And it can attach to any vehicles. So he lives. And especially for pandemic time, it is very good for natural disasters, sir. And now, sir, you please come out of this particular net, sir. Yeah. Now, gas pipeline. Already we have told, sir. Gas pipeline, goodbye to gas cylinders. Petrol, ethanol, 80% to 20%. This all we are happening it in the field. Now we go to the next slide, sir. We have got 6 more slides, sir. That's all.
No problem. Go ahead. It is interesting.
Yeah. And this now, since I said roadmap, sir, examples of routes, sir, very important, sir. This particular slide is very important because okay, examples of routes, mass production to mass customizations. That's the slogan. You must be emotionally strong, technically ahead. This is the slogan. Mass productions to mass customization, technically strong, emotionally ahead. Technically ahead, emotionally strong. So when this is the first digital transaction, producing the product. That's first we are seeing value engineering. producing a product. Sir, we know only the processing, one put to one output, but now you look at this, sir. Because of the digital, serial processing, parallel processing, simultaneous processing, concurrent processing, quad computing, and nanotechnology. So on, so a lot of things. That's why I put the dot. Sir, this is all very phenomenal, sir. Very phenomenal. Especially in supply chain, we are going to boost like anything. And we go to the digital transformation, sir. That's positioning the product. The second stage, value analysis. Amazon, artificial intelligence, KDBMS, quantum supremacy because of the quantum computing, ChatGPT plus, and plus more. India is making it. So growth of India. So the digital transformation. So producing the product, digital transfer. We already told. Producing verticals a product, digital transactions, including your money. But transformation is different, sir. Transformation is it is binary to digital transfer. A product from a clown, this product to another product, clown, transfer. Computer is attached with fax machines, that machine, this machine, chat GDP, artificial intelligence, machine learning, transform. So that is called transform. The difference between digital transactions, the regular routines, digital transformer is doing a proactive. The result is a proactive. It's like a Superman, killing the 2000, Windows 2000 and making 2005. Killing to this and producing another version, killing 2000 and producing another version. So that is actually digital transmission, sir. So this is in our chain. Having understood these two things, now supply chain management. Supply chain management is again a big, very interesting concept and a very scope. So we have seen in the G20, New Silk Road, India, Middle East, Eastern Europe countries are linked, agreed to link because of the G20. Out of that 149, this is also one of the amendments or the articles has been passed, sir. This what is supply chain management through the New Silk Road? We see in the next slide, sir. Then sustainability is the basic instinct, sir. And you have all these things. You need to have an instinct, sir. Basic instinct. It has to be inbuilt with the people. Verticals to scale. People have to see what is vertical. Do differently, sir. What is scale? Thinking different. Normally we say, do not think, do it differently. Hey, it's all bogus. Where we should do differently, where should we think differently is totally different styles, sir. Unless we understand where we are in verticals, where we are in scalar, it's very important. But when we switch over from one business to another business, when switch over from one country to another country, or switch over one technology to other technology, the scale in variance, the difference in variance, it is to be controlled by the power law. Lambda is equal to 2. If that is there, your variance is correct and you will be successful to that. It has to be converted into mathematical equation. Let's not worry about ChatGPT is there, sir. Mathematical, we don't need to worry. Eureka. We found out that. It has to be still improved. We wait for it, no problem. We are all worried because most of the people, worried about small sigma, big sigma. Small sigma is your vector. Big sigma is your scalar. When you say sigma, we run from the class. Most of the people were absent. Oh, sigma, now it is not like that. We have to get into the groove. Now, finally, we need fund. We need source of fund, a mission focus, artificial intelligence. That's what I said, This artificial intelligence is making forward, backward, finding out all this jamala, whatever we talked together. Finally, it gives equivalent and best result based on the database it will give us. So that is exactly artificial intelligence. Sir, please close the ocean, sir. Open, sir, this open credit enabled network. This is for MSE, sir, MSME. MSME business here, it is 20 to 25 trillion in India, sir. People have analyzed it. We are talking about $7 trillion, but MSME can produce 20 to 25 trillion. And that is where exactly our supply chain is going to work. And here, please, they don't get money. So the government has opened this, opened credit. So now, please go down, sir. Slowly. See, please, sir, further, sir. This, it's because MSA lending is equal to massive growth opportunity. That's all. Mass productions to mass customizations. This equivalent side, take that mass production to mass MSA lending. Money is required. Earlier, we have this even today. When you go to bank, MSc guys, they don't get normally loan. What manager will say, you come tomorrow, day after. If at all you go, you have security. Even you give the security, it is not coming. Fund is not coming at the right time. Fund is not coming in the right time. Entire business is out. We all know because fund is not coming, so we are out. So with that, now today, because of this, in a minute, fund is sanctioned without collateral any security. And it is only the GST transaction and your business transaction. The more you properly give the fund, pay the installment, you get more credit on that. So automatically it's between you and you. So how many crores of rupees? Please see the partners in progress who is ready to give the money, sir. Please go down, sir. Look at these guys. These all the guys are tied up. All loan agents ready to give it, ready to give the money. So please go down, sir, further. So this is an opportunity. We are talking about the opportunity. See, we talk about opportunity. The opportunity we must understand, sir. People, that is actually God's gift. God will not straight away come. Either by a man or by an opportunity, he will come. Only two ways he will come. See, I tell you a small story, sir. A guy, lot of flood. A guy is standing in his home, and he said, entire the grama village is vacating it. This guy says, I will not come. I will stay in my home because God will help me. Some days, again, all people have gone. Again, the rain, people have come, army people have come and taken out. Then the water has come. Ground floor is filled. He's gone to the first floor. Again, somebody is asking it, why don't you come? He said, no, my God will come and save it. Then again, because he's a very God prayer, a good, devotee. So again, boat, they will come and take out all the people, and he will go to the another floor. Again, water has come. He'll go to the top parapet wall. Then the flight, people are coming and taking it. There also he said, no, I will not come. God will come and help me. Then finally, he cried it because of the water come to the parapet level also. Oh God, you are not helping me. The God appears. He said, hey, come on, you must understand it. Did I tell you that I will come and save you? Have you seen it anytime me? No, I'm saying the opportunity. So you must know the opportunity. I will come only through the opportunity or through the agents. So opportunity will not come and knock the door twice, sir. See, when I say, I give a producer a sound. This sound, we'll say sound, sir. If it is one time, and if it is two knocks, no, sir, it is not two knocks. It is an opportunity. We should not miss the opportunity because the government is giving fund. MSME has to go for it. Sir, we ready to slide, sir. We go to the next slide, sir.
Is over?
That's over, sir. This particular page is over, sir. Let's not go into deeper, sir. So now the source of fund and application of fund through this, and see that there's an hypothetical says. Now people have to say, sir, I don't know how many people are there. People have to say yes or no, sir. I'll put a hypothetical case. A company in somewhere in Bangalore producing a product, maybe a sweet product, want to sell all over the world. Only one chance, they should send through by road, rail, water, pipe, cable, somewhere, or franchise. And whatever it goes, it takes 5 days pole to pole minimum. The sweet will go for a 6. So instead of that, the company opened its own shops. This blue lines is the new Silkway line, sir. And this is China is already making it, sir. They are very far ahead of us. There's no doubt. So we are if you take a bike, you can travel through this, sir. That's what the road is being designed. Through rail is designed. Through water is being designed. Now you set a factory for your selling your sweets, sir. Now, because of the speech technology and other empowerment technology, which can convert the potential energy to kinetical energy through digitally. So all the secrets are kept in Bangalore. Need not to go to the other places because you lose your business when you give to the franchise and the secret is given, making the sweets. So you keep all this secret and digitally transform it. Because whatever you are doing it, you put it in a channel, you put it in a conveyor, and see that it is being made. We are talking about initially that type of business. So same conveyor, either by franchise or make your own industry branches over there, all over the world, and make it from here and see that it is being produced through technology, driver technology, which does the process applications. Because we have got EPROM, erasable, programmable, readable memory, and everything is we have. So through this a machine is being operated and the product is being produced. So if it is there and we can sell it decentralized and we can sell it, we can only see the sales part, or the franchise will take care of it, or our own company will take it. But the secret will not go outside. Like your HP, sir. Every 6 months he changed the design. HP printers. No one knows how to even dismantle it and put the cartridges. By the time people understand it, he changed another design. And he sent it. His small company is sitting over there somewhere and he is managing the entire world, sir. So that is a hypothetical example. If it is there, will he not able to set up the supply chain management for our own Bangalore sweets to sell, sir? Say yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We go to the next one. And this is finally, this is what exactly this, sir. Economical in matter of spending, fuel innovations. Carefully saving. In Tamil, Salavalithalu Sikkanamaga, Echarikiyodu. I have written in Kannada language also, sir. I don't know if I'm right or not. So, economize the application of fund and increase the source of fund. This, if we have this particular concept, sir, everything will go, sir. Everything. This is fuel innovation, sir. This has to be basic instinct, sir. If that is there, and I think we are somewhere, sir. And so, before we go for a case study, sir, I'll operate this one particular song, sir. We have it in Tamil, and I have converted it into Kannada, sir.
ದೋಸೆ ಅಮ್ಮ ದೋಸೆ ಬೇಯಿಸಿದಳು. ಅಕ್ಕಿ ಹಿಟ್ಟು ಮತ್ತು ಬೇಳೆ ಹಿಟ್ಟಿನಿಂದ ಮಾಡಿದ ಬೇಯಿಸಿದ ದೋಸೆ. ಅಪ್ಪ 4 ವರ್ಷ, ಅಮ್ಮನಿಗೆ 3, ಸಹೋದರನಿಗೆ 2, ನನಗೆ ಕೇವಲ 1. ತಿಂಡಿಗಳ ಹಂಬಲ, ನೀವು ಹಿಂತಿರುಗಿ ಕೇಳಿದರೆ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥಿಸಿ.
So, this is what we are all being taught, sir. If you ask more food, you are being controlled in the basic level. So we know what is economics from our right from the childhood, sir. So we are all already globalized through the fuel innovation, sir. There's no doubt at all. This is what I'm saying. Go to the next slide, sir. Case study, sir. I cannot take a big case study which will workshop materials and given and whatnot. I have taken 3 studies, sir. One is lassi washing. We know a lassi machine used for washing machine used for lassi purpose in Punjabi. He is becoming industrial today. Lassi is being produced through the washing machines. It does his business. The other one is spice baking. So this is in 90s. We used to sell spices for 2 rupees. Our Indian spices are being sold in America very fast, and but suddenly China got the market. But China was selling it for 16 rupees. But they were as good as us because they were competitors. I cannot say they're better than us. They're as good as us. But Indians are worrying it. Why? We are selling it for 2 rupees, but he's selling it for 16 rupees. It's being sold because Indians are making sachet packets. Because our ladies only has got to open the sachet packet and keep it in a salt box and save it for next day. And but American ladies and people are job going people. Nowadays here also everybody job going people. But that particular time in 90s, they used to have a system, pop-in, pop-out system. Just one day they use it to throw off, and that's what China did it. And they found out by the research study, India also found out 2 rupees is the cost, so 8 rupees is the manufacturing cost, and they made it instead of 16 rupees because we have got the first mover advantage. So we have sold it for 18 rupees. Again, we picked up the market. So this is actually, and now this is an advertisement. Sir, please give that toothpaste advertisement. A company has designed advertisement like this. Before you use the paste, please slowly come down, sir. Still, sir. Come down, sir. Come down, sir. Sir, go up. Sorry, I'm sorry. Yeah, go up. Yeah, enough, sir, enough. Here, I made it this pair, just like the RRR and DAD, this paste name, something like that. So this actually before use, and the paste is being used by these celebrities, and after use, then the teeth are like this. This is an advertisement. We have designed because digital transformations today, digital investment, it goes all over the world, and market is being very good. People are giving orders plenty, and from all the countries, almost all the part of the countries, except the Arabian countries. Not even a single paste is sold in Arabian country. What's wrong with the advertisement, sir? because not even a single person sold. But all other countries are giving it, understanding it.
They read it
And
right to left,
exactly,
so
exactly,
good
sir,
teeth
exactly,
has become.
Yes.
perfectly,
It
sir.
will be reverse direction.
Perfectly, sir. Because they read from the right to left. Before you use the teeth is like that. After using the teeth, who will buy that? You look at the organizational cultural dynamics, sir, people cultural dynamics. And if you click it, the celebrity will sing the song, sir. Please click it, sir. This one, top one, sir. That, yeah. Yes, sir. This goes for the entire song, sir. Anyhow, you can come out of this, sir.
கருந்தோலு கும்பலோட பட்டி காட்டு கூத்த காட்டு போடு நம்ம தாளம் ஒண்ணு போட்டு நாட்டு கூத்த காட்டு சிலம்பாட்ட சுத்தி காட்டி காத்த ரெண்ட வெட்டி காட்டு ஜல்லி கட்டு காலையாட்டு கூடு குத்தி காட்டு நாலு காலு நாலு தோளு மிரட்டி தூளு கிளப்பி காட்டு ஏ பாட்டங்கூத்து ஏ பாட்டங்கூத்து ஏ பாட்டங்கூத்து நாட்டு 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 கூத்த காட்டு நாட்டு 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 வீட்டு கூத்த காட்டு நாட்டு 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 பாட்டு படிச்சு தப்படிச்சு காட்டு நாட்டு 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 வெற்றி கொடிய நாட்டு 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 கல்லு போதையாட்டம் ஆடி காட்டு நாட்டு நாட்டு பூமி அடி நடிகத்தா வேகமேத்தி அடிய மாத்தி பின்ன வச்சு முன்ன வச்சு எகிரித்தா எக்கா நாட்டு கூத்த காட்டு தும்மு தும்மு துடிப்பெல்லாம் வெளிய விட்டு உள்ள விட்டு தம்மு தம்மு கட்டுக்கிட்டு துள்ளி தாண்ட காயக்கா நாட்டு கூத்த காட்டு
Sir, you can come out. Yeah. You reduce it, sir. You come out of this PDF, sir.
Come out of this also, fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, the PDF. Yeah. Case study. Go to the next slide, sir. So this is the publication, sir, which is this concept, the entire concept I have produced through the journal. This is author references, sir. Almost at the last slide, sir. You just click it, sir. So this is you can come down to till the end, sir, faster. This I started from 1991, sir. Started producing articles, conferences, whichever it is, with acknowledgement of this my order. Can come down, sir. Can come down. Can come down faster, sir. Come down, sir. Come down, sir. Come down, sir. For authentication, I put the certificates and other things, sir. Even from CIA, I got the certificates, sir. Please come down, sir. I'm a good radio speaker also, sir. I have given 64 programs, sir. Come down, sir. Come down. Still come down, sir. Faster. Yeah. Control will go to the end, sir. Control end will go to the end. This is all the guide MPhil. I have produced 7 MPhil, sir. I have guided them. Yeah, that's it, sir. So almost numbering into 160. This is the IAM. This yellow one is IAM Code, given a conference on impact of business strategy technology after globalizations at the doctoral collegium SMF conferences, sir. That I produced in 13th. So I have been our certificate also. So come out, sir, please. Next slide, sir. Sir, here my explanation is over. I don't want to be a question and answer because I know how many people are there here. We have more than 36 people of 25,500 experience are sitting here. Average 25 experience. So I have only 40 years experience. So if you pose the questions, I don't know. But for a doubt or for a clarifications, maybe you can ask what I presented. Otherwise, let it be discussions.
Any questions? You let to unmute. Vela Munisami.
Sir, I have one doubt, sir, here.
Yeah, ask. Go ahead.
Sir, Nisar here, actually. Sir, actually, I have doubt on this one, sir, lead times and all. For example, sir, we are having like 80% of the imported goods we are procuring from import, and 15% we are localized. So in such cases, like we are having a lead time of 6 months, sir. So how to manage our inventory levels, sir, in such cases?
Sir, you're importing from which country, sir, by the way?
Like Japan, China, and then Thailand, Singapore.
These orders is coming through regular package, sir, or through how does it comes to you, sir? Or your people are going there and taking the order, sir?
No, sir. Actually, our mother factory is in Japan, sir. So based on yeah. So based on their the supply selection, everything they will take care. So the lead, yeah, sir. In such cases, we need to know, sir, how to manage our inventory levels.
Sir, this is
Because
again,
the lead time.
It is like buying and
the lead
selling,
time is
sir.
6 months, sir. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just,
sir. No, sir.
you
We
just
manufacture.
use-
We manufacture.
Okay.
Trays, sir. Yeah.
So you get the raw material from them.
Yeah, we get the raw material from them, and the raw material lead time is 6 months, sir.
Okay. You get the raw material from them, and you convert it to a certain extent, and then you sell it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, fine. So it means the raw material has to also to come, and after coming it, you have to schedule it for your production also, based upon your demand, sir. How far the demand your demand, sir? Your demand is
it's a rolling forecast, sir. The demand is rolling forecast, sir. Yeah.
It means it is not. It's dynamic.
It's a dynamic, sir.
So you are not able to judge the demand, isn't it, sir?
No, actually, based on the weighted average,
Manohar,
okay.
This is a specific case. I think you may not have an answer because you have to have a lot of things to understand.
I understand.
You can give a general answer.
Yeah, this once I understand the scenario, sir, because our demand and the supply has to be matched, sir. For which how much we fixed overhead can be kept in stock, maximum level, minimum level, reorder quantity based on your average consumptions, and I think you can fix on a reorder level, sir. Reorder level, like the mother what it does, she does it for our food 2 days before she orders it. The same, so we can learn from mother. Of course, it's not that simple. I'm just saying it because that is the only possible solution, unless they reduce the timings, maybe the routes, like New Silk Road, the other routes, when it's South Asian routes are started coming, through the flight. I don't know your overhead is all when it comes to it. This all has to be studied.
Find an alternate party in India, your own place.
Yes, once it is studied, I think we can have a solution, sir. It's not a big problem. Is very clear, sir. Only thing is we need more data to solve this particular issue, sir. We have to work out, sir. We have to work out really.
Anyway,
thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Let me give the vote of thanks. Thank you very much, Manohar. It was a wonderful session. In fact, it was spellbound. You had so much. I think we have given you a lesser time. Maybe you require 1 day session for this. In fact, we know only 5 M's. You talked about the 10 M's and brought them into inputs. How do you do a value analysis on the outputs? You make an effective product and then position the product. You also talked about 7 hours of purchase. We know only 7 hours. You talked about 10 hours. We know only 5 hours of logistics. You talked about 9 hours of logistics. You also talked about we know 5 hours of waste. You talked about some 10 hours of waste. And then you also talked about 5 years of frugal innovation. Really grateful, we'll have to digest so many things are there in this.
Yes, sir. True, sir.
Thanks a lot.
That's
It was a wonderful presentation. Thank you very much for the same. I also thank the Indian Institute of Materials Management for organizing such a lecture, wonderful lecture. On behalf of IIMM committee, executive committee, and its chairman, I once again thank you. I thank all the participants today who has participated today. And if you have any questions, you can send it to him. You can send it to Nagaraj. You will get an answer from the faculty, and he'll send it back to you. Thanks a lot, Manohar. Sorry, we have exceeded the time because I couldn't stop it because sister his flow was so good. We couldn't stop him in between. In fact, it was very good. Thanks a lot, Manohar.
Yeah. If anybody wants these materials or any other connection, they can always contact me through my one of phones and whatnot. With that, Nagaraj can help us for us. Something like that. This
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot, participants.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. It's very, very kind of you, all your people, and the patience. Certainly, you, sir. I am also trying to do PhD in supply chain management. I joined the fellow. I'm trying to join in the fellow. If somebody wants to do supply chain management, we all form a team and we will do it. Certainly, I'll guide myself. Along with them, I will also get the PhD, sir. So I'm interested really. So any enough the people are there. Certainly, I can guide them. I can take to them people because already I did it. The procedure part I know. Innovation part certainly we'll do it. We'll all get past, sir. I give the guarantee, sir.
Thank you.
So anybody interested?
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Please, sir. Thank you. Thank you all, sir. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
The last slide, sir.